you're prepared to feed some 400 to 500 people a day, as may be there, as soon as they eat their food, they're going to go back to the same places they are in town because we have to have more shelter beds. We're not going to resolve the problem without places for people to go. We also are concerned about churches. We're concerned about schools who have as part of their curriculum that students do public service, and they come and they feed on the parkway. I've heard the issue of people getting food out of trucks, and I have 4 fresh grocers in my area. They hand deliver food from trucks, so that doesn't make it anything wrong with it. And certainly, if an Occupy Philadelphia nobody dies, I don't think as people come and that they try to offer food on the parkway or any place, that certainly we exacerbate the situation. I think it is quite obvious that we have the Port Building, Hotel, and certainly the Barnes Foundation, which I support, coming in town, and we are for them 1,000%. But we don't believe we should further victimize people, already victims, victims of poverty, victims of problems, victims in so many ways, and exacerbate the situation by saying that, making them feel even more like victims, saying they are wrong, and then setting up a negative approach to the problem. To say that people who feed outside and feed people who live on the streets will be penalized twice and then fined up to maybe $150 is just unfair. It's a negative approach to a problem, a societal problem. That's not the way to do it. You want people not to eat on the streets, and you have to come up with ways that they eat inside, that they sleep inside. In West Philadelphia, we have the only night cafe open 365 days a year. So we have to have more night cafes. We have to have people, all kinds of places for people to go. Low demand shelters, housing, shelters, transitional housing. If we want to do something about this problem, then we have to make the kind of investments that make the difference for people who are on the streets. Let's be fair. Let's not further punish victims and make them feel that they are part of something that they didn't create. Thank you very much.
Currently, I have the opportunity to follow the Queen of Philadelphia. We're located at 1116 Spring Garden Street, which is our headquarters. We are probably one of the largest food distribution programs in the city, which distributes over 100,000 meals a year to the homeless and those that are less fortunate. We have indoor and outdoor feeding programs. We have locations in Center City, West Philadelphia, and Pottstown, and we have an outdoor feeding program during this warmer months at 16th and the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. We'd like to serve the city notice right now. We are not moving. We are going to stay at 16th and the Benjamin Franklin Parkway on Saturday. But also stand in solidarity. We had a meeting on March the 13th with several organizations. One was the 73 churches that are part of the Chosen 300 Alliance of Churches. Councilwoman Jane Blackwell's office was represented by Mr. Christopher Riddick, Esquire, Liberty Church of Fairmont, Open Arms Ministry, the Franklin family, and then also We Feed the Homeless Philadelphia agrees with the statements that I'm about to make. We are totally against, one, the legislation that the mayor has proposed. First of all, to address those issues in particular. One, it is clear that it's not about a health issue. It is about getting the homeless people off the parkway. The mayor said clearly in his press conference yesterday, the goal is to get them indoors. They are not of them, they are not of those. They are citizens of this community. And just like anybody else has a right to eat in the park, our homeless citizens have a right to eat in this park because God created them. And if God created them, they're just as important whether you have $1 million in your pocket or if you don't have a dime to rub together. The idea that they only decided to create one location around interested in the issue in Center City, Philadelphia. They're interested in Benjamin Franklin Parkway, around Rittenhouse, up JFK, around City Hall. They're not interested in any other part of the city. But the ban itself is for the entire city of Philadelphia. That means people who are currently feeding outdoors in Germantown, in North Philadelphia, in South Philadelphia, Northeast, or wherever in the city of Philadelphia now has to cease providing those meals to people that are desperate, that are impoverished, and are in need and have nowhere to go. The reality is that there is not enough indoor feeding programs to possibly take care of the need of the hunger in the city of Philadelphia. The reality is that on any given night at Chosen 300 Ministries alone, our location seats 160 people. We are beyond capacity. We are serving over 300 people in one night, feeding them in 2 shifts, where people are standing outside in the cold to get in, while still other people are feeding on the parkway. The problem of hunger is bigger than we possibly can imagine. It's more than just those that are homeless. There are people that are making that hard decision: do I feed my rent, or do I pay my rent, or do I feed my children? Do I give my children something for lunch as they go to school, or do I put gas in my car? They're making those hard decisions, and they're using these programs as avenues to balance their budgets and to survive and just to stay healthy. You know, we talk about a health issue. What the real health issue is that people aren't going to eat. And if people don't eat, they get sick. And the alternative is not for them to eat out of a trash can. They need meals that are provided by people. Now, we say that, well, we can't provide food on the parkway anymore. We can't provide food in public parks. But people in office buildings, they can come out during their lunchtime and eat in the park. So therefore, it is now a civil rights issue. It's also an issue against those that are disabled, because we're dealing with homeless veterans, people that are handicapped, people that are struggling with addictions. They have challenges, and so therefore, they're being disenfranchised and saying that you now cannot eat. We are upset about this, and we are not satisfied. We're also concerned about the idea that the health department now wants to monitor the programs that feed on the parkway. However, the health department cannot even monitor the shelters that currently exist that are run by the city of Philadelphia. If the shelters were doing such a wonderful job in providing food in the city of Philadelphia, why in the world are they coming over to Chosen 300? Why are they going out on the streets to eat? It's because of the fact that the standards are not that high. We also have to deal with the economic issue. Our economy is on a rapid decline. We are in so much problems, not only in our city, but in our country. The governor has already indicated that there is a proposal to decrease public spending in the area of social issues up to 20%, which accounts for about $41 million for the city of Philadelphia. With those cuts, Dr. Donald Swartz himself has indicated that that's going to cause a major impact, particularly on the mental health, where almost two-thirds of that $41 million will be affecting mental health programs. What's going to happen is that those that are in mental health are going to wind up on the streets. They're going to wind up needing services, and they're going to not wind up needing people to reach out to them. If they don't have a place to go and eat, what's going to happen is going to increase the crime in Philadelphia, it's going to increase aggressive panhandling, and it's going to cause a real problem in our city. We have to realize that legislation and mandates and fines is not the answer to fix the issue. But what needs to happen is that you need to get in the game with the ball players, the people that are out there serving on the streets. Get them together, develop best practices, develop ideas that will improve services. And if it's really a health issue, then provide some resources for real change. If you want to offer classes for how to provide food safety, great, but it must be a volunteer opportunity. I say this, that as large as our organization is, and we thank God for where He has brought us to, but we used to be one of the organizations that used to feed out of the back of our trunk. And the grandmother that goes down is a wonderful lady, Patricia Franklin, that's maybe here today or maybe outside waiting to get in. Her and her daughter at 10:30 at night go into the city with soups and sandwiches, and they serve people in the middle of the night in the freezing cold. She is just as valuable as I am. Yeah. Every single person that contributes to the health and well-being of those in need are just as valuable and just as important. And brings an injustice upon the poor, it has brought a curse upon themselves. I am a Baptist preacher, and we always got a text with this. In the 10th chapter, book of Isaiah, when you read about the affliction that occurred to the children of Israel, it was because of one, that they worship idols. But the other problem is that they neglected the poor, they neglected the widows, and they neglected those in need. And there was no justice for those that were in need. When we get to the point that we deny justice and deny treating people that are in need right, we allow the blessings of God to be removed from us. So we must return to a city and be the city of brotherly love. The word Philadelphia comes from the Greek word phileo, which means brotherly love. And it means that we ought to care for our brother. Are we our brother's keeper? Or are we simply people that are interested in the almighty dollar? Or are we interested in really caring about those that are less fortunate? Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you both for being with us this evening. I'll now get the hearing started. As folks should have received, we have tried to set out a plan for the evening. We know there are many people who wish to speak. We are going to set out a goal for 2 minutes for each person. Please look at the comments you wish to make, and please come to the point. Remember that this is a hearing on the Board of Health regulations as drafted and voted on a month ago. So I hope that each person who speaks has specific comments about the language in those regulations. We wish to hear from everybody who has signed up to speak. There are several people on the list when folks sign in where people didn't indicate whether they wish to speak or not. I understand that sometimes it is an unknown, and tonight with all the rules and regulations and people getting up here and the rest of it, I can imagine there were people who weren't sure if they wished to speak until they got into the room. So for anyone who left a blank on the form, I will call you in turn, and if you wish to speak, please indicate so and you will be invited up. For everybody else, I will only call those who indicated that they wish to speak. So, I will begin with Diane Holland. Is she here?
Yes.
Good evening.
Message from the
Yes, please. And you're going to need to speak up a bit so that our recorder can pick up your voice.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity to
Thank you
speak.
for coming, and I'm going to start you now.
Okay, great. I work in town, across the street from Closepin Building. I am the lead of the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee for a group of 900 or so in a multinational company. As the lead of that committee, we do charitable work across the city, and I lead teams of 20 or so people at a time, to Chosen 300 to serve dinner. And that's how I became aware of the situation that exists in the difficulties in getting food to the people in need. I went just last night, coincidentally, with my son. What strikes me the most is that when I leave, I take out the trans pass that I have because I work, and I go home, and I have a hot shower and a warm bed, and I can choose from a selection of items what I would like to eat. And not everybody has that opportunity, and therefore, for the grace of God, go I. I am an accident away, a misfortune away, a health problem away from being everybody else who is feeding at Chosen 300 and on the street. The second thing I'd like to say
his meals are very nourishing. Guys, the chicken is so good, you can brag about it. Alright? He should not be denied the right to eat anywhere he chooses to. Meals are fantastic. And Brian, I'll say thanks for what you've had me in past. But guys, you'd be totally wrong to stop the feeding. The only thing I can agree with is to clean up the act as far as the message bill on the parkway and everything. I can tell you, Brian leaves the park the same way he finds it every time. He takes the trash with him. So he's a very clean dude, someone you can be proud of, and we all speak up for. The other churches do leave mess around, but I think the appropriate thing to do is find a resolution for everyone to clean up and leave the site the way they find it, and that's the best thing that like we're all taught as kids. And I think that'd be the appropriate thing. I mean, let Brian be an example. He leaves it the way he finds it every week without fail. Alright guys? Brian, you set the example, that's all it is.
Green Hill.
First of all, I'd like to thank God for waking me up this morning because He didn't have to be so kind to me. When I first heard about this decision that the city had made, I was very appalled. Whoever made the decision, I think they woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. Now, I get food stamps, right? Now, the only thing about food stamps is you can't get a hot meal with food stamps. So the only thing you can buy is cold food. But thank God for Brian right here and a lot of other organizations that come out and feed us hot food. You know, it's like eating cold food all winter long. And I'm homeless too. But I'm taking care of a 5-year-old boy, a wife, and a 16-year-old girl. Whenever I get some money, I send that money up to New York. I'm living on the streets. So with that in mind, I would like to think that y'all would make a good sound decision and just change everything. See, one thing I learned about people is this. See, if y'all always want a quick fix, right? If it costs $100,000 to fix this, and you have to $25,000 to fix it, and y'all said, well, fix it with the $25,000, but it's not fixed. It's $100,000 to fix it for real, but cheap way out, $25,000. And come on, let's be real about it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They already spoke about it. I lost my job. Ain't nothing guaranteed to you. You can lose your job tomorrow. You're in the same situation. What you gonna do then? How you gonna feel then when you can't feed yourself? Y'all moving off the wrong track. Y'all need to get back on the track of God and keep this city a city of brotherly love.
Jesse Stevenson. Vivek Anathan. Eric Gowdy.
Good evening. I work with the Florida Street newspaper called One Step Ahead. I'm privileged to say for 30 years, we've been feeding these guys. We started a youth program dealing people with HIV and AIDS in 1985. It's never missed a beat, but it's still been going strong, and I'm proud of that because I consider feeding people a human right and sacred trust that I take seriously. And I actually reached, and again, as Councilwoman and Mr. Jenkins said, this is a way, again, of the city doing the wrong approach, doing what may be a good thing, but doing it the wrong way. The city, instead of victimizing people, the city needs to humble itself and work with people. The people are reasonable. People that are out there, we got to monitor these food programs, and I see the great work that they do. But understand that Philadelphia is the second hungriest district in the entire country. And if that doesn't bring shame and that we so working better, then we really have some problems. How can you go to sleep at night when you understand these statistics that children and people are having to make this thing? This is a sacred trust. I answer to a higher authority. Because the first feeding program was God or Jehovah in the desert. Jesus, would you have told Jesus on the mountain when he was feeding the multitudes that you have to have a fine or something like that? What kind of people? I mean, seriously, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about, I think, as public service, and this is what I see with Board of Health. Health is a human rights issue, and as Dr. King said, if you're not in the fight for health or human rights, and you don't see it, then you're a coward. And I think as the Board of Health, as public servants, the public is the #1 resource of this city, of this state, and of this country. And the resources must be heard, and the needs must be met. And again, this higher authority that I answer to is going to dictate whether or not I answer to this and whether or not we fight this. But understand that, again, if the Board of Health doesn't see, and the city doesn't see that they're going down the wrong word, that like Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan. Thank you.
Patrick Dubious. Rock and roll. Can you spell your last name for me?
It's dubious, but it's spelled, it's not too long. I just wanted to make two comments that, first of all, I recently lost my job, and I rely heavily on a lot of these programs like Brian, and if you take these privileges away, then I'm going to have to probably resort to more executive means. But a lot of these places that we do eat at, they're right, they're very clean. Some of the best chicken is found in Pastor Brian's chicken man. But the second thing I wanted to know is if it's true that Mayor Nutter was saying that if legislation is approved to downturn this legislation, that he's going to override it and make it go through anyway. That was one of my biggest concerns. And that's it. Thanks.
W. Francis Elling.
I want to thank you all for letting me speak today. I'm here as a member of a faith community, and also I have a bachelor's in health education, so I feel like I can speak to our health concerns. I would like the Department of Health to really focus on some serious health issues like guns and childhood obesity, instead of creating barriers for the faith community to actually practice their faith and following Jesus' word to actually feed the hungry. If there are serious health problems, I think that the people in this room would be helping you address those serious health problems. And you would have been contacting them to get their input about how to deal with the serious health problems. But what my experience is in Philadelphia, and I've only been here about 5 years, is there's been a strategic elimination of trying to move the homeless away from public areas on the parkland. They used to stay near where the Barnes building is. At that building, there was a space there. My understanding, Logan Circle used to be a place where the homeless spent a lot of time before it got gentrified. Then it's repeated one step after another. So it's truly not believable as a person of faith, and I would just really like honest answers about why this is, and some real accountability to real public health issues like guns, which kill a lot of people in this community, like real hunger. Thank you.
Vasquez.
to still be able to feed the homeless, maybe make a few tweaks with that. I think that possibly the city, still wants to be the city of brotherly love and keep feeding the homeless, if we could just do it in possibly a different manner, in regard to all coming together. I know I've been out there myself, right over the parkway, feeding the homeless, and I do believe that it is a very, very valuable program that a lot of organizations are doing right now, trying to get out there, feed the homeless, give a hot meal. I do believe we should all come together. And also, I know personally, I have had food at my house that I have requested, different organizations, not yours. Just to make that clear, but I've had different organizations that I have tried to reach out to basically say, I have food at my house that I had received from what's called Equal Dollars in East Falls. It's a wonderful organization, and what they do in Equal Dollars is they have a different type of currency other than just paper money. And basically what they do, if you go to Equal Dollars on a Monday, you can purchase food with their own money. Okay, it's just money that they made up, it's a different type of currency, it's not US dollars, but it's to help people that may have lost their job or need help. Okay, so I just think that that's another great way, and I just think that organizations, if you're reaching out to them and letting them know about other ways to receive food for your distribution, that they should then take that help. Because it's more food that they can possibly distribute. I don't think that anyone should turn away from someone offering food to feed the homeless. And I think we can all come together and take care of the city and those in need. Thank you very much.
Kurt Butler. Butler. Elizabeth Wagner.
My name is Elizabeth Plummer, and I'm with Liberty Fairmount, and we serve every Friday night at 19th and Vine, right in front of the Philadelphia County Court building. The people that we serve are friends of ours. We look forward to seeing them every Friday night. And when they come, the food is sometimes the only meal they've had all day. We believe in feeding, as others have said, in the name of Jesus who called us to do it. And it is part of our religious freedom as well as civil rights. It would be a civil rights act as well. The regulations and the stipulations would severely impede the way that we do our ministry right now. We come out with food from local places, and they come from kitchens. We do not have a facility. Our church does not own a building. We rent a Sunday morning space, so it's cooked and prepared in members of our church's homes. We do wear gloves, and we take proper precautions. I just think that it is a travesty to take this away from people who are our friends. And again, I'm a teacher today. 8 of my coworkers were furloughed. They lost their jobs, and it could easily happen. And that's all I have to say.
James Wilmer. Oh, yeah. Very. See if I can slide it here. Gotta lose some weight.
Hi, Mr. Schwartz, it's a pleasure to see you, nice to see you again. We met back when the 23rd, this building, Mayor's Forum. I was the chap who had the proof about general assistance being recovered from the Commonwealth from Social Security benefits. Now, I've been homeless since 2002. I've eaten on the streets of the city of Philadelphia in 2002 and 3, mainly because the food in the Ridge Avenue shelter at the end of the month is not palatable, is not edible, okay? I've been lobbying Harrisburg since 2005 on behalf of the homeless, and if you want to know who I am, I'm not going to go through all my curriculum vitae. You can call in the Department of Public Health, Carol Rogers. You can call Project Home, Sister Mary Scullion, or Janine Miller. You can call the Homeless Advocacy Project, Marcia Cohen, the Executive Director, for my legal contributions. And most recently in the city, you can talk to Joe Savage or Roberta Chancellor in the Office of Supportive Housing. My actual function is not simply homeless, because I have no income. been homeless. I've done some other things in my strange, twisted life. And right now, what I do mostly is act as a political consultant. What is wrong with you people? I really don't know. We face the crisis by this governor who you continue to misunderestimate, to use George Bush's term. Tom Corbett is the most experienced practitioner that I've ever seen of power politics and the strategy of divide and rule. And he is winning, and this city is losing and going down the tubes. And you come out with this regulation, which alienates the homeless, which alienates half of the faith-based community, which has committed itself to coming out publicly and trying to do something that the city cannot do on its own. And to top it off, you confused all the social workers. They don't understand why this has to happen now. When I first heard about this, my reaction was, I want to come here and say one thing to you. Table this. Kill this entire regulation until after Governor Corbett's budget is voted up or down. That is my position. I will ask you for one thing, because I'm going to be stuck going out to Harrisburg again. Dr. Schwartz, I need approximately 300 copies of the Philadelphia Homeless Death Review Report for 2010. And I would ask you to deliver them to Project Home, the attention of Sister Mary Scullion, and my attention. And that is about all I can say, except in terms of the faith-based community, I have one last final comment. I would ask all of you to go home and read your Bible. And I would refer you to the Gospel of Matthew, verses 31, chapter 25, verses 31 to 46. Thank you for your attention.
Kathy, can you please?
I'm Reverend Kathy Killen, never spoken at a hearing before. I
and of itself, this proves that groups are aware of the importance of cleanliness and safety. Our track record speaks for itself. Instead of causing health problems, we work to promote public health by distributing food to hungry Philadelphia residents. Also, at the February 9th hearing, we were assured that the permit process would be short and easy, involving a one-page application. But the regulation requires groups to describe their menus in the permit application an entire year in advance. Groups like mine, Food Not Bombs, prepare healthy food and varied meals at every serving. Not only is it impossible for us to anticipate what ingredients we will have donated to us, but our menu changes with each meal. It certainly won't fit in a one-page application. And why standardize groups in this way when no restaurant is obliged to submit their menu to any health department inspector, and many restaurants offer similarly varied menus? A public serving under these regulations is described as 3 or more people. What about tailgating at Phillies games if you share with the car next to you? These rules can hardly help but be selectively enforced. If the distinctions between the groups that will be required to get permits, like a church group that offers meals for homeless Philadelphians in the Parkway, and those that won't, like a college campus group that puts out a bowl of candy when they are tabling outdoors, if that's not about social class, then I'm waiting to see that distinction. As the representative from Chosen 300 said, existing places to serve food indoors fall short of having the capacity to provide food just for homeless people, never mind everyone who is food insecure in this city. Capacity is a far bigger problem than the problem these rules supposedly address. There are not nearly enough organizations fighting hunger in Philadelphia, and these regulations would effectively disappear many of the groups that presently seek to put an end to hunger. We oppose all barriers to basic human rights and needs. These regulations fundamentally violate human dignity. Okay, alright. But let's just stop pretending this is about health, honestly. Starvation is a health hazard. Far more than worrying about, like, if there are hand washing stations at the places that we're serving, we are already sufficiently taking care of that problem. Not to mention we're filling a role that the city isn't, and it doesn't cost you a dime. It will cost us money to provide So really, you know, look, I can't see how anybody could pretend to give a fuck about homeless and hungry Philadelphians if these rules are gonna come into play. Like, if you want us to be able to keep putting food on the table, then you need to take this shit off the table.
Shane Laybourne? Shane Fairborn? Laybourne? Jordan Rowan? Lawrence Henson?
I'm not really used to these hearings or anything, the way they go, but I found so this is wrong. Like I said, just stop for anything. These vendors out here on the corner nowadays, you find something like them in the facilities, wash their hands, and they wear gloves, certain colors every day. I see it every day. I don't see none of that. It's no different than what these people are doing to get food out of the car. You centralize everything, people can't make it to the various locations. And if you move out to different churches, they can't make it to those churches. They have a car for it. So what's going to happen, they're going to still end up down here on the Parkway, harassing reporters that going up to the bar and something. Then you're going to want to lock them up. And then what's going to happen when you lock them up? You're going to fill the jails up with a bunch of misdemeanors, and now you cost the taxpayers more money. To me, it doesn't make sense at all. Doesn't make sense.
Municipal, the David Fairs, like all these people, and I look around the room and I see like some maternal affairs, I see a lot of people who know these people from back in the day. And like, and I'm talking about like Brenda Cooper, these are people that like, listen, Miss Brenda will call me on any given day and ask me to come out and just talk to communities about like, you know, helping the homeless, or like when they wanted to stop the center out down in Mantua, like I come. And this weekend when I heard about this, it was kind of crazy. 9 cops, like sitting on the park and intimidating people, like asking me questions like why I'm standing over here wanting to eat. That's insane. It's like insane. And I'm gonna tell you something. From a person who used to be homeless, who used to be a criminal, if y'all stop feeding here in Philadelphia, the crime rate in these stores, in these Macy's, in these galleries, it's gonna be a wrap. Believe me, like people gonna be hitting these stores like it's crazy. And you worry about that center on the park? Listen. I'm so blessed to have a job today. I'm so blessed that people like, I'm talking about, I was living out here before Brian and me even started feeding out here. When Miss Jamie used to walk underground at 13th and Market all the way back to South Broad Street, all the way back to Spruce Street, they had mattresses stacked this high, and they didn't stop feeding homeless people. And I don't know what the mayor thinks he's been doing now. And another thing I just wanted to say, when it comes election time, and the mayor and whoever else signs this thing want people to come work for them, don't come down the Parkway and get them people to come give out flyers for them when it comes election time. And want to give them $40 to pass out stuff for election time, and then now, y'all want to just tell me, you know, I'm done with y'all. I'm in office, I don't got it. Listen, it's insane, man. It's just not right. And when I heard about it, I couldn't wait to y'all. I even asked my boss to leave early to be here for this. This is crazy, because guess what? Even though I got a job, on any given day when I don't have food, guess where I come? Right downtown. I know I can get a meal. And listen, it's not right. And I know for a fact that the people like the Davis Pool, the David Fairs, the Leona Smith, the Diane Johnson, listen, the Sister Mary Scullion, who she used to be when she used to be out here on a regular, all them people were not had this when we was washing up across the street in that damn fountain. Literally. Like, listen, man, this is insane. Y'all, like, all I'm gonna say is this: y'all shut this food thing down, and I won't become this city no more. That's gonna rob me.
Jeremy Samso?
Mic check,
Mic check.
mic check.
Mic check.
Bike cops have barricaded the door outside.
Barricade the door outside.
I just got a phone call, and it's getting tense. People outside would like to ask
People outside would like to ask
if Shores would come downstairs and address the crowd.
if George would come downstairs and address the crowd.
At least encourage them to be peaceful.